Dear friends, welcome to my video. In this video, I'll show you how to send an email directly from your Android app using Gmail SMTP server. So let's begin. We'll create layout doesn't matter. So we'll just create a name of the app could be send email app. So name doesn't matter, and we'll click finish. We'll wait for the environment to load up the Android Studio. So environment is still loading up. And the first few things we will have to do is we have to implement the right libraries in our Gradle file. So we will be using the mails libraries provided by Sun. So we'll go to the Gradle file in the app level, and here make sure you go and implement com.sun.mail. You can copy paste from my code. I'll share this code on my portal also, and on most likely on this also on the in the description folder in the description. So Android mail, I think this is the latest version 1.6.6, but whenever you are doing the coding, that time you can check. So how you can check is once you put something here, it will automatically prompt which is the latest version. So I think if it's not prompting, that's the latest version. com.sun.mail and then Android activation 1.6.7. Perfect. And once we have done this, before we click sync now, it may also be a good idea in the Android part, we may have to include packaging option. I'm not sure why that is not coming up, but anyway, packaging options exclude, because this will have some meta inf included in these two libraries, so that we may have to exclude. So exclude meta inf notice.md, and similarly we'll also include control V. So that two, one is notice and the other one is license. So these two meta inf you may have to include. So now we can click sync now, and let's see if everything looks good. I think this n is missing here, so it should give some error. Wow, it's not giving an error, but yeah. Probably we can also do one thing. We can do a quick check. If say for example, if I revert to 1.6.5, okay, now you can see it's highlighting, right? And even here I'll do 1.6.6 just for showing like which is the latest version. If you click on this yellow button or the alt enter, it will say the latest version is 1.6.6, and here it's 6.7, and I'll click sync now again. Perfect. So from the Gradle point of view, our job is done. So now we'll go to the manifest file. Since we'll be using the internet to send or transfer the email, so we should include the internet access or permission for internet. For internet, we don't have to ask the users specifically, as long as in the manifest file you are declaring this, that's sufficient. In the layout, I think I'll leave it simple. I don't think I'll need this text view. I'll just put one button to trigger my send email option. So I'll just name this as send email button. You can name this button anything. Put the right constraints and then go back to the Java code, and over here we'll create a public void button send email view yeah. And now I'll go back to my layout and associate this with that method, empty method which we have declared just now, yeah, using this on click attribute. Coming back here, what I will do is I will now start the main code. So in this main part of the code, first we'll define our the recipient email address and the sender email address. So for that I have already created two email IDs just for the sake of this video. So one is a sender email and one is a receiver email, and this is the password I have set. So I'll just note that in my code for the time being. And so I'm hard coding everything. Of course, in your app, when you are creating a full-fledged app, you will not use hard code the text. You will probably take it from the input, and the password will also be taking using the password box. So the password is not visible to the programmer, but here just for simplicity I'm just showing it. So we may have to create string from or string sender. I'll say most likely is better. Sender email, string sender email, yeah. And the sender email will be sender email 1963 control C @ gmail.com, yeah. And then the other one will be string receiver email, and here we will just use this one. So as I told, like, this email ID I have just created for this demo purpose, and yeah, you can also try, but anyway. And probably I can also use this string password sender email. Please note, I will change these passwords after this video. So definitely these passwords will not work for you, but I'm just trying to show you can also create something similar very quickly. Anyway, so now we will start creating the host. So since I'll be using the Gmail host, so I'll just Gmail SMTP server. So I'll just create smtp.gmail.com, yeah. And now I'll just create properties System.getProperties. No, get properties, yeah, that's it. Perfect. And now in properties dot put, so one by one we'll set up the properties of the host server, the mail server. So here what we'll do is we'll give one by one mail dot smtp dot host. So this will nothing be but it will be the host which we have just now defined above. So string host, perfect. And then what else? We'll have probably properties dot put, and then mail dot smtp dot port, and the port number could be I think it's 465. And there is one more port. You can just google out and check what is the port for smtp gmail server. It will give you, the google will give you immediately. But I think 465 and something is the other one is with something with 5. But anyway, I'll use 465. And then the other one is we'll put the probably smtp.ssl enable, and this I'll set to true. That's it, I guess. Anything else? Authorization, of course. So authorization I will put is mail.smtp dot authorization, no, AUTH, and true. Perfect. Yeah. So once we have this, then probably we can start our, we can create quickly a session. In the session, what we can do is we can session dot get instance, no, get instance. So here I can see no get instance. So most likely something is wrong here. Okay, what I can do is most likely I have not used the correct session. I think I should have used the session from this javax.mail, yeah, perfect. And now if I go back here, session dot get instance, I think I have to use the second one, yeah, perfect. And here what I can do it is we can just create first the properties which we have of course created above, and then we can create a new, and then the authenticator. So authenticator from javax.mail, yeah, perfect. So it's asking which all methods to override. So I think we should select the first one definitely. So here what we are getting is we are getting the password authentication method. So here instead of using the super, what we can do it is we can create a new password authentication right over here. So what we can do is new, and then password authentication, and the inputs will be username and password. So username will be same as the string sender email, and the password will be, we have I think the password, no, it's not coming up, I don't know why. Okay, I think it's capital S, that's why. So I will just change it to small. I prefer all my variables to start with small letter. Yeah, perfect. So this will take up my authentication. Now if I proceed, we'll create a MIME message. So MIME message. No, I think I'm missing the MESSAG. Yeah. So just press Alt Enter to get it included, and you can create MIME message and new MIME message with session. And now if I proceed, so we'll add in this MIME message one by one all the attributes like recipients. So what would be the recipient? So first will be the message type. So message dot recipient type dot, of course it will two, I mean, because you can either add CC and BCC also, but we'll keep it simple over here. And then the address. So address could be new, and then internet address, of course, internet address. And here what we can do is, okay, so or just press Alt Enter, and I think it should have been taken care. Yeah. And then here we'll set the string as the receiver email. Yes. So this is giving some add exception, so we'll surround it with try catch, and most likely what we'll do is we'll just pull this control X to the top. Better to have a robust programming for the whole. Yeah. And so I'm not sure why this is coming, because I think I have put recipients here instead of recipients. So I'll just remove that. And again I'm getting some error. So add catch clauses, add exceptions to method. I think I can just add catch clause via messaging exception. So it's always good to have as many try catch as possible to do a robust programming. I'll just do a auto indentation. So alt control alt I is the key. To do that, select all the whole code and then do control alt I. Anyway, so when the indentation is done, I'll move ahead. So we have already defined the recipient, and now we can uh, start creating our main body. So say for example, we can set the subject uh, android app email. So or you can type anything, by the way. This will appear in the subject line of your email. And the other one could be set the body. So set the text, and the text could be programmer world has sent you this email, or probably okay, cheers. Okay, and I can also probably put something like hello programmer. Okay, so I'm making it more fancy, but you don't have to spend time here. Hello programmer, and then yeah, looks good. So once this subject line and text are done, so what else we can do is we can now run this, we can send it. So to send this, there is a API called transport dot send, and this will send it send with the message. So we have my message type. Yeah, but please note, since we are doing the whole coding in our main thread, so this may give an error, because it's not wise or judicious to call all the network related stuff in your main thread. Otherwise it will block your main app, or the complete phone can hang. So better we will create a thread over here quickly, and new thread, new, no, new runnable. And in this runnable, most likely we will call this control X, yeah, over here. That will be a better approach. Okay, it's asking me to again start with try catch. Okay, no problem. And then we have to just start this thread. So we can just say thread dot start. Perfect. So I think more or less this is done. If I run this in an emulator. Let's see how it comes up. In the meantime, I'll, as usual, do my little bit of cleanup my code and wait for the emulator to load. Probably I'll give some space here. So it's a small code, not a big one, but yeah, we have to know the right sets of the commands which we have to include here. So I'll wait for my emulator to come up. So my emulator has come up, and of course the layout was simple. And before I do anything, I would like to show you a few things. So I have already configured these two email as I told. So I'll just open that. So if you can see, these two email I have just created. One is the sender email and the other one is the receiver email. And one thing which I would like to show, that before doing anything or before sending this um, the mail from your app, you may have to allow in your Google account settings. Go to your sender email Google account setting. In security, you may have it to in your less secure apps here, over here. You have to go here and allow it to let's secure apps to access it. Okay, if you don't allow it, the Google by default will block it. It will not allow you to do it. Okay, it's not recommended, but you will have to do it because by default the apps which we'll be creating will not be supported by Google, so we'll have to allow. Anyway, I'll do the send mail now and we'll see how it comes up. So in the receiver side, okay, I'll just close this. And in this side, if I go the receiver side, okay, I can see just now one mail is received. And what I can see, hello programmer world has sent you this email. And if I go back to my Android Studio, so I can see this is the message which we had typed. So subject Android app email, hello programmer world has sent you. I think I should have done a little bit better here. And no more space here. Probably has sent you this second email just to differentiate between the first and the second one. And probably I can do one thing. I can just add one more programmer world. Yeah, and let's do it again and let's see how it comes up. So I have clicked here. If I go back, I'm waiting for that mail to come. It came. So hello programmer will have sent you, yeah, cheers and all those things. Of course this space and all we have to take in our code, but yeah, more or less it works fine. So that's all. I hope this is what I wanted to show you, that it's very simple to configure the SMTP server of Google, and then you can just create a MimeMessage and then send it or transport it over the using the transport APIs. So that's all. I hope this video is useful to you. If you have any questions or suggestions, then please put in the comment section. And if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a